Hi all, today's topic is Excel automation using ChatGPT. For that, let's first open the ChatGPT website. Just type ChatGPT in the Google search bar and enter. The first link that is shown is the ChatGPT website. When you click on it, it will take you to the home page of ChatGPT. And if you're a first time user, ChatGPT will ask you to register with your email ID and password and then log in, or you can log in using your Google account. And when you're logging in for the first time, ChatGPT will verify some more information like asking your mobile number and verify it with the OTP. Otherwise, it will also check whether you are a robot or a human being. And after logging in, it will take you to the home page of ChatGPT, where beginner's guide to use ChatGPT, how to use ChatGPT, all these details are shown. Okay. And if you can see, there is a box here where you can type your questions and ask your question to ChatGPT, which ChatGPT will process and answer. And ChatGPT is a form of generative AI, a tool that users enter prompts and answer the queries, give solution to the queries. And ChatGPT is similar to the automated chat services found on customer service website, where customer can ask the queries and the chatbots will resolve the customer's questions. Okay. ChatGPT also works in the same way. And ChatGPT was launched by a company called OpenAI, an artificial intelligence research company. And they created ChatGPT and launched the tool on November 30, 2022. And this OpenAI was founded by a group of entrepreneurs and researchers, including Elon Musk and Sam Altman in 2015. And ChatGPT now uses the GPT 3.5 model that includes a fine tuning process for its algorithm. ChatGPT Plus uses GPT-4, which offers a faster response time and internet plugins. And GPT-4 also can handle more complex tasks compared with previous models, such as describing photos, generating captions for images, and creating more detailed responses up to 25,000 words. ChatGPT is a versatile AI tool and can be used for more than human conversation. People now use ChatGPT to generate codes, compose music, draft emails, ask trivial questions, play games, write video scripts, and even generate art. Unlike other chatbots, ChatGPT can remember various questions to continue the conversation in a more fluid manner. And this first link shows a user guide on how to use ChatGPT. If you can see, you can ask your questions by typing in the box below, and you have to be clear with your intentions. What is the purpose of your question? And use a clear and concise language and provide the reason or the purpose behind your question, and be patient. ChatGPT is a AI tool and it will take time to process your request. So be patient and engage in active listening. That is, pay attention to the responses given by ChatGPT and continue with your follow-up questions. Have a respectful communication and provide feedback to ChatGPT so that it can learn and from the response and improve. Okay, these are some of the tips and tricks to use ChatGPT. Now let's go to today's topic, that is Excel automation using ChatGPT. So let's move on to our topic today, that is Excel automation using ChatGPT. Let us see how to use ChatGPT for Excel automation. And let's have a separate folder for this task. If you can see, I have a separate folder called Excel automation with ChatGPT. And I have 12 files with the file names as month names like January, February till December. And let's open one file and see the data. And what we are going to do as a first task in the automation is like there are 12 Excel files. We are going to concatenate that, merge all the 12 files data into one file, one Excel file. This is what we are going to do as the first task. Now we are going to use ChatGPT to generate the Python code for this. Let's see. This is the file. This is the sales data, and this file has 43 data rows. Okay, so let's see how we will complete this. Now let's open the command prompt files here. CMD enter. The command prompt is open. Let's open the IDE. Here I am using Visual Studio for the Python program execution. Let's see, the IDE is open, and now we are going to create a new Python file. Here the task is to merge all the data. So let us concatenate. We will name the file as concat.py. Okay. So our Python file is there. And now the next thing we have to do is use ChatGPT to generate the code. So let's go back to the ChatGPT page and type our query. So here the task is there are 12 Excel files with names January, February till December. So while writing file names, be careful. Be careful with the spellings, and file names are case sensitive. So use the appropriate case. If the file name is in lowercase, use lowercase. If it is in uppercase, use uppercase. Okay. And now we are asking ChatGPT to write a Python code to concatenate the data in the 12 Excel files, 12 Excel files, and create a new Excel file. The data has to be written in a new Excel file named, we can give any name. We will write it as concat data dot xlsx. Okay. So the query we are writing is there are 12 Excel files with name January, February, similarly till December. Write a Python code to concatenate the data in the 12 Excel files and create a new Excel file named concat underscore data dot xls. Okay. Let's ask the query. So if you can see, I have to scroll down whether uh, ChatGPT has generated the code or is still generating. So the code has already been generated. We have to copy this code and paste it in the IDE. Before that, if you can see, to read and write Excel files, Python uses pandas library. Okay. So for that, the pandas library and open pyxl library has to be installed. For that, the command is pip install pandas. Okay, this is the command, and pip is the package manager for Python. Okay, and to install the open pyxl, the command is pip install open pyxl. Okay, in my computer, both the libraries are already installed, so I'm just giving you an explanation so that you will not face any errors. If the libraries are not installed, you will have you will see errors while running the program, that fail to import pandas. All those errors will be generated. So to avoid this, install pandas and install the OpenPY Excel library before doing the Excel automation. Okay. And this is required. Both the libraries are required for working with Excel files in pandas. Okay. I hope this is clear. Let's go back to the ChatGPT page and let's copy the code, and we will paste it in the IDE, that is under the concat.python file that we have created. Okay, and let's execute the program. Okay, the Python program executed without any error. Let's see whether the new file has been created. Okay, Let's go back to the folder, and the new file has been created, concatenated underscore data. And each Excel file has 43 rows. So 12 into 43, it should be approximately 516 rows. So let's see. So there are 516 rows because the first row is the column headers. So 517. Okay. So our first automation task is completed successfully. So this is one example of Excel automation using Python and how to use ChatGPT to generate the code. Okay. Hope everything is clear for you. Let's go to the next topic. Let's move to the next task. The next task we are going to see is we will try to generate a code using ChatGPT to calculate sum and average of few columns in the Excel file. So for that, let's open the Excel file. Maybe I'll open this file. And in this file, let us take two columns. For example, there is a units column and a unit price column. What we will try to do through this automation is we will calculate the average of the units column and calculate the average of the unit price column. Okay, sorry, sum of the unit price column. Okay, let's see how this can be done. For that, we have to create a new Python file in the IDE. Just we'll go to the IDE and we will create a new Python file. As we are going to calculate the sum and average, we will name the file as sum underscore average.py. Okay. So the new file is created. Let's go to ChatGPT and type the query that we want to ask. Okay. So make the queries, whatever you're typing the ChatGPT, as simple and as clear as possible so that you will get solution in the first attempt itself. Okay. And let's type the query. There are 12 Excel files named January, February till December. We have to write a Python code. Okay, write a Python code to calculate. Let's see, calculate the sum. Okay, let's open the Excel file and see. You can see the sum, the units which we want to calculate the average is in the F column and the unit price is in the G column, which we are going to calculate the sum. Okay, so we have to calculate the sum from G22 to G44 and F2 to F44. Okay, F2 to F44 and G2 to G44. And what we will do is we will write the result in the G45 and F45. That the sum of the unit price will be in G45 and the average will be in the F45. Okay, let's write the query for that. Sum of cells G2 to G44. That is the unit price cell and average from cells. That is a unit column. That is F2 to F44. And we will write the results in G45 and F45 cells in the respective Excel files. So each month will have that sum and average values. Okay. So there are 12 Excel files named January, February, and till December. write a Python code to calculate the sum of cells from G2 to G44 and average from cells F to F44 and write the result in G45 and F45 cell in the respective Excel files. So let's submit the query and let's wait for ChatGPT to write the code. Okay, let's see whether the code has been generated. Okay, the code has been generated. And if you can see, ChatGPT is asking you to install the OpenPy Excel library, which I already shared previously how to install it, the command to install it. Okay, and let's go. So the command is pip install OpenPy Excel before running the code. Okay, and Excel files are in the same directory as the Python script that you have to ensure. Okay, let's copy the code and go to the IDE and copy paste the code and let's run the code. Okay. Okay, the code has been executed successfully. Let's open the Excel files and see whether the sum and average values are updated. So the sum and average values should be in the G45 and F45 cells respectively in each Excel file. Let's see. Okay, you can see the sum and average are in the G45 and F45 respectively. Okay, let's open another file also. Okay, randomly we will open another file. Okay, here also the sum and average is there. Okay, so our second task of automation, that is calculating sum and average in Excel files in Python code using ChatGPT, has been done successfully. Let's move on to the next task. Okay. We will go to the next automation of Excel files using ChatGPT. Let us see the Excel file which we are going to use for this task. Okay, I have an Excel file named phone where there is a list of phone numbers. What I'm going to do through this automation is I'm going to add a prefix +91, that is India's country code, to the phone numbers. Okay, so if you can see, file is still opening. Okay, there is this list of phone numbers without a country code prefix. We are going to add the country code. Just close this Excel file and we will go to the ChatGPT and type the prompt. Okay, I have an Excel file named, be specific with the file name with correct case, smaller case, small case, uppercase. Use Python to add country code +91 as string prefix. Specify that so that the phone numbers may be in number format, and if you add +91 directly, it will give an error. So specify the word string prefix, the phone number, and specify in same file. Sometimes what happens, ChatGPT will generate a new file, write the modified data in a new file. We want this data in the file to be modified, not as a new file. So let's run the prompt and see whether ChatGPT is generating the code. Okay, the code has been generated. If you can see, make sure to replace phone.xml file. Okay, it should be in the same folder. Okay, it will add +91 as a prefix to the phone numbers and save the modified data frame back to the same Excel file. Okay, so let's copy the code and let's go back to the IDE and create a new file. I am naming the file as country. You can give any name to the file. Just make sure that the file name should not clash with the keywords of Python. Okay. Let's run. Okay, the code is executed successfully. Let's go back and check the Excel file. Okay, this is the Excel file. Let's open it. And we have to see that the +91 prefix has been added to the phone numbers. Hopefully it is added. Let's see. Okay, still opening. Okay, if you can see, the phone number has been modified and the country code +91 has been added to the phone numbers. Okay, and that's all. This automation is successful. Let's go back to the next task. Let's close this Excel file. Let's go to the next automation. What will we do now is we'll try to add an Excel automation to change the data in all the Excel files in the folder. Let us we'll search for a particular word and change that word. Okay, so let's see. Let us open the Excel file which we are going to use. I'll open this Excel file, and in this Excel file we are going to change a particular data to another data. That is replace the values. That's what we are going to do with this automation. And if you can see in this Excel file, there is a value called cell phone. Okay, cell phones are there and home theater is there. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an automation to change cell phone to mobile phone and home theater to home entertainment. Okay, so let's close this Excel file and we are going to iterate through all the 12 files and including the concatenated file and change the data. Let's close this file and let's go back to ChatGPT and write the prompt. Okay, what we are going to do is we are asking ChatGPT to write a Python code to iterate through all the Excel files, specify it is all the Excel files in the current folder. Okay, and replace values, and this whatever the values you want to replace, make it like to match with the actual data. Okay, if in the actual data, if cell phone has C capital and P capital, use the same. Okay, otherwise it will not change the data. And what we are going to do is, and then we are going to change home data and be specific about the spellings also. Actual data spelling is wrong in the data. So that's what we are going to use here also. And what we want to do is we are going to save this modified files in a separate folder so that the original data remains the same. Okay, in a separate folder, so we can give the folder name also. And if the folder doesn't exist, ask ChatGPT to create that folder. Okay, that's what we are going to do. Otherwise, it will throw an error saying that the folder doesn't exist. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are asking ChatGPT to write a Python code to iterate through all the Excel files in the current folder and replace values cell phone to mobile phone and home theater to home entertainment, and save the modified files in the folder named output. And if the folder doesn't exist, ask ChatGPT to create the folder. Okay, let's give the prompt to ChatGPT. Okay. Okay. So make sure that is all the Excel files are there in the same folder, and this code will create an output folder if it doesn't exist, and specify the file name also in the output folder. Okay. Let's copy the code. Code has been copied. Let's go back to the IDE and let's create a new file for this. We will give any name. I'm giving, as this is a data replacement, I'm giving the file name as replace data.py, and I'm pasting the code. Let's run the code. Okay, all the files have been modified. Let's go back to the folder and see whether the new folder has been created. See, output folder has been created. Let's open the output folder. Let's open one of the files. So the mobile phone, whatever the value cell phone, it has to be replaced as mobile phone, and home theater, it has to be replaced as home entertainment. Okay, see. Home theater has been replaced by home entertainment, and mobile phone, cell phone has been replaced by mobile phone. So this is one of the automation where we are replacing the data in the columns in the Excel file. Okay, let's go back to another Excel file and check whether it has been, we'll go to the concatenated data file and see whether the data has been changed. This is also changed. Okay, home entertainment, mobile phone. If you can see, all the data has been changed. There is no cell phone, there is no home theater. Likewise, all the Excel files where the particular word is there, cell phone, it would have been replaced, and home theater would have been replaced as home entertainment. Let's close the Excel file. So what we saw through this automation is we gave prompt to ChatGPT to write a Python code to replace a particular word with another word, which is done successfully. Let us go to the next automation task.